Hey Sweden! 2,450 songs were submitted to Melodifestivalen in 2016, but only 28 have made the cut and will compete in the 4 heats from February 6th. Devin, we're gonna go through the 4 heats right now, picking our favorites, starting off in Gothenburg. The first act is Mimi Werner with the song Ain't No Good. Devin, do you think she'll be good?
I think she'll be really good. She's a really strong contender to kick off the contest. Forever Again, which was her debut single featuring Josh Jenkins from the USA. Do you know her?
Yeah, she is global. She's already releasing music. This is very promising. Next up, we have Samir and Victor. Now, their song translates as both naked or we're both nude, and I've got to say, I'm very excited for that moment. Their song Groupie may not have been high class, but it was super fun. It was catchy. It made it all the way to the final. They're going to bring the fun. They love working the cameras. I'm excited for this.
So am I.
Next up is Robert Bengtsson, also known as B. Robin. He, of course, came 3rd on Swedish Idol a few years ago, and he said that Melodifestivalen is meant to launch his solo career. Think it could happen?
I think it could happen. I mean, Måns Zelmerlöw is also a Swedish Idol alum, so yeah, I think it's good.
Now, this act, I have been waiting for her to come back for years. It is Ace Wilder. You know what? She should have beat Sanna Nilsson. Sorry, I'm just putting it out there, but I'm glad she did it because now she can represent Sweden on home territory. Her songs since Melfest have been amazing, from Riot to Stupid. I'm loving her. I think this is hers for the taking.
I think she's good. I don't think it's a home run. I think it's a really strong contest. I don't even think she's the clear winner in Gothenburg.
You know what? They put her in the first semi-final because they want to build the momentum. They want to get her name out there early. I'm feeling really positive.
So am I just don't think she'll win it. It's positive enough to be one of 28 out of 2,456.
She is Ace Wilder. Next up is Anna Book. Now, I'm not too familiar with her. I know she's related to Jill Johnson, but what I do know is that Camilla Läckberg, the famous crime novelist, is one of her lyricists.
It's gonna be dark. It's gonna be scary. It's gonna be fiery.
Murder, death.
Oh, bring it on.
Another veteran is Pernilla Anderson. She, of course, made it to Second Chance back in 2011 with her song Desperados. It was very cowboy country with a soul. I love her sound.
Very common Lynette.
Yeah. She's 40 going on fabulous. She's got a gap between her teeth.
Channeling Madonna all the way with a country guitar. Love it.
Love it. Rounding out this semi-final is Albin and Matthias Andreasson. Now, I've got to say, I'm not a huge fan of their music.
But you know what? I mean, Albin had that Din Sold Out, which was a massive hit in Sweden. It was on the
with
charts.
Kristen Amparo.
Yeah, it was on the charts for like ever. It's got about 1.4 million hits on YouTube. It's got a big following. I
mean, one of them co-wrote the song that Victor Krone and Baron Muri sang last year. Wasn't a fan of that song. I'm not feeling very positive about this.
I think it's a tough semi in Gothenburg. There's no clear winner. There are lots of favourites.
There's no clear song yet either.
Semi-final 2, 13th of February in Malmö.
First up is the rap duo Victor Akhenaten with the song 100%. And let me tell you, I am 100% positive the only white rapper I like is Eminem.
Okay, so let's just move on then.
Next up, Krista Sigfrids, she of Eurovision 2013 fame from Finland. Now, Devin, she turned down a chance at Melodifestivalen previously, but here she is, huge star in Finland, coming to Sweden in 2016.
And she also accepted the chance to host the UMK next year, which is pretty much around the same date.
Yeah, it's really curious. So is she going to take time off of her UMK hosting duties to fly out to Sweden? I mean, we read this morning that she's going to have a private jet taking her back and forth.
Wow. And we also read this morning that she'll be singing in Swedish.
Well, we wish her all the best. Next up, Molly Pedersen Hammer. Of course, she last year got screwed over with the voting app in the first heat of Melodifestivalen. She was a fan favorite and things did not work out.
But they're working out now because she's back in the game. She wouldn't have won last year anyway. There were too many heavyweights. Erik Saade, Måns Zelmerlöw, so many. She wasn't one of them.
But she's back. She's better than ever. We're wishing her all the best. Next is the Curious Trio consisting of Patrick Isaacson, Tommy Nilsson, and Udo Svenningsson. Devin, there's a lot of hard rock, progressive rock, metal in their background. I gotta say, not a fan of those genres, not sure I'm gonna like this.
This is probably one that Christer Bjorkman picked for himself, and wise move. It's good to have programming that doesn't just reflect one genre of music, and I'm glad they're in the competition, and it's a family show, Melodifestivalen, you know, cutting across all ages.
And they have a lot of experience both at Melodifestivalen, Eurovision, and Deutsche Melody Grand Prix.
As individuals.
Next up is Melodifestivalen 2015 breakout star Isa. She, of course, sang Don't Stop last year. Devin, she hasn't stopped. And you know what? I saw her in Atlanta this summer.
I think anybody who knows you knows that. It was your shining moment. The question is, will you wait for her?
Oh, I am waiting. But the question is, why were you in Atlanta? And Atlanta, as you know, is very R&B, very hip-hop.
LaFace Records, you know, yes, she's joining the greats out in America. Tony Braxton, TLC.
Whitney Houston.
Absolutely.
Isa Tingblad.
And she's the one who's alive.
Next up is a girl named Victoria.
Or Victoria.
We don't know anything about her. We know she's 19.
And she needs to be saved, because her song is called Save Me, which was written by Jen Svestit, if I pronounce that, and Lauren Dyson.
And she wore a short shirt to the opening today that said peace. So there you go.
Well, we're glad to have her. It's important to have new names debuting at the contest as well.
And finally, it's Melodifestivalen veteran David Lindgren. Let's name his songs.
Shout it out!
Skyline. Both of them made the final, if I recall.
Yes.
Although his second time around, I think he finished near the bottom.
Skyline was amazing. Actually, I think it was my favourite. I gave it the highest score at the Wee jury that year when it was in. I'm really excited he's in, and he's had a lot of exposure actually. And he did open the Nordic Party when Eurovision was at Malmö in 2013.
And more importantly, he starred in High School Musical in Sweden.
And more importantly, he's got a great body, great voice.
Semi-final number 3 in Norrköping. First up is Oscar Zia, who you will remember from 2014 with the song Yes We Can.
Yes we can. I like that.
He came 8th in the final, not bad.
Not bad. It was a strong year.
But you know what, Devin, I've got to be honest, my favorite song that he was involved in is Jansa Dalla Sawa from a few years ago, Melodifestivalen, Bearing Mary. I don't really respond to Oscar.
Oh, I like him. And he's a household name. I think that certainly in this semi-final, he'll emerge as one of the two.
Next up, and serving some Tanzanian Swedish realness, is Zaraha. She is Swedish, but was raised in Tanzania and focuses on Afropop. You're unmoved.
I haven't heard any of her songs. I don't know much about her at all. I like the fact that she's swinging to the left, picking a different genre. Let's just wait and hear the song.
I'm hoping for a Haba Haba moment.
The song is called Yarere, isn't it?
Third up is After Dark. Now, they are a famous drag act. They've been around since the 70s, I think. They've done a lot of work in Melodifestivalen. Competing twice, never really making much of an impact. Thoughts?
It's a difficult one. Nyköping. It's interesting because some semi-finals are really, really strong, like Gothenburg is, and Nyköping is the exact opposite.
Isn't this Norrköping?
Norrköping is the exact opposite of that, because Nyköping is an
another
airport.
One. Yeah. Lisa Ajax is back. She, of course, won the final of Idol in Globen Arena just a little while ago. She has a hot new single out right now called Blue Eyed Girl. It's defiant, it's dance, and she's coming to Melodifestivalen with a song written by the same team behind Heroes.
Yeah, with a song called My Heart Wants Me Dead. Same team behind Heroes, in the same Eurovision where she won her Idol contest. So everything's really set up for a victory for her. I think she'll probably be emerging as a victor in that semi-final.
She's only 17, people are going to get behind her, she's fresh on people's minds. This is looking really good.
It is looking great.
Next we have Boris Renee. Talk about segregation. They're putting all the artists with African connections in this heat. He is Congolese, he's actually a footballer, and so this is a bit of a shift for him.
It is, and a good shift at that. And footballers have lots of fans, they have a big following. the daughter of a footballer, won the Junior Eurovision Song Contest, so a footballer may win his heat in Melodifestivalen.
Next up is Smilo, and you may remember them as the Smadgling Sweets, the Smiling Sweets. They won Svenska Toppen earlier in the year, giving them the right to be here, but they're not going to sing the song they won with. That was Goosebumps, and instead they're singing Weight of the World.
Absolutely, going back to the drawing board, we are a winning team, but we're going to come up with an even better song, and I think that's a really committed approach.
I suspect producers said, your song isn't good, come up with a new one. And closing this heat is Swing Fly featuring Helena Gutara. Let me tell you, he was one of my favorites back in the day. Was it 2011? He sang Me and My Drum. Oh my god, the song reached #2 in Sweden. This is gonna be fierce. He's American, he's been living in Sweden forever. He's, again, another African in this heat actually, an African American. I don't know what's going on.
How do you say that?
Gavla? Gavla?
Gavla.
Gävle, Gävle.
And the final semi-final is in Gävle on the 27th of February 2016.
Opening this semi is Eurovision and Melodifestivalen veteran Martin Stenmark. He, of course, won with Las Vegas. Didn't do so well at Eurovision, giving Sweden one of its lowest scores ever. He's a good singer. I mean, he came back a few years ago and made it to second chance, losing to Linus Svenning. Maybe this is his moment.
Still better than Anna Bergendahl.
Oh, please don't bring her up. Next is Panetas. They, of course, went direct to the final a few years ago with their Sunshine number. I gotta say, I don't really feel their music, their vibe. It's a little cheesy for me.
I do like the energy they bring into the contest, though. No doubt they'll be up in their game this time round.
Positive, optimistic. Who doesn't like that? The third act in the semi is Franz. Now, you must have seen his video, Who Da Man, honoring Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Yeah, if I was sorry about that.
I'm not sure that he can actually sing. Of course, he was only like 7 when that video came out, so perhaps he's matured. But it seems to me this is an act just to get viewers in.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it.
OMG, Linda Bingsing is back. I have got to tell you, in 2011, that song, What's Wrong With Me, it was amazing. She is amazing. This is the Schlager goddess returning to her homeland.
Totally, and Melodifestivalen is the best platform for that kind of music.
But do you think she's too dated at this point?
Let's just say Gävle is not showcasing the hottest acts.
But it is showcasing Dolly style. They, of course, are like Destiny's Child or the Sugar Babes in that the members keep rotating in and out. I don't know if Polly, Molly, Dolly, Holly, I don't know who's an original. I just know that they're back and they are going to be favorites to win because they have so much hype behind them. Little girls love them and little girls watch Melodifestivalen.
And little girls love Girls Aloud.
Next, we have the rock group Eclipse with the song Runaways. They've been around since 1999. You've obviously been following them in the 16 years that have followed.
Totally, I'm a veteran.
Tell me something about them.
Not at this point.
And closing this semi-final, closing Melodifestivalen in 2016, is Miss Molly Sandén.
She's good.
She's really good. Her song, Why Am I Crying, from a few years ago, slayed the pack.
Oh.
Junior Eurovision veteran.
Oh.
Could become a Eurovision veteran.
Yeah, she's good. Molly Sandén's good. And I think she's one of the strongest leads in that heat. And hopefully with a bit of luck, she'll emerge as a victor.
And you know what? She's singing a song written by her boyfriend, Danny Saucedo. So hopefully his sauce will come from within and splatter all of Sweden. They will be laughing it up.
Fulfilling the dreams that Danny Saucedo never really had at Melodifestivalen.
He had the dream, it just never became a reality.
No.
It's so sweet. The girlfriend can carry the torch. Ah, God.